Hello, here we are, Jenn and Garth, repping English commentary on JPML Select. Jenn and Garth, both relatively ailing. Well, Jenn probably more ailing than Garth. I have gotten a little bit over my cold, but it sounds like Jenn is still having a rough time of it. How do you feel? A rough cold? More in the head, more in the throat, more in the general entire body? Oh, really? It's the COVID. Well, that's you got to do that once in a lifetime, I guess. Did you get vaccinated this year too? Yeah, I didn't get a coupon this year either, so I didn't do it either. Right. Huh. Huh. That's I don't know. It just seems like it's a funny approach to public health. I would imagine. I feel like hmm, hmm. I I guess with all of your translation, you have a better view, perhaps, of excuse me, of how expensive the vaccines are. I just kind of assumed that in fact they weren't that expensive, since of course none of the companies making them are seem to be very profitable anymore. Uh, yes. Yeah, me too. Uh, all right, everybody. There is your yearly Japan COVID update here on JPML Select. Hmm. Look at that, the broad arc. Way to tie it all together. Welcome to JPML Select. And chat. You guys can chat. It's totally okay to talk. We love to hear from you. So who are we watching today? Oh right. Oh, were you trying to mess it up like I always do? Yes. I'm the only one. We started with the first. No, cool. Okay. I was well enough to at least attend the Otsuya on Monday for the late great Maihara, and it was interesting to see quite a few faces that you hadn't seen for quite a while. Well, Osanai was there, Osanai Mami. Right, don't see her so much. Let's see, Hoju-san. I hadn't seen her in a while. Hojo-san. Um, Imazato. Uh, um, yeah, Imazato came out of the woodwork. It was fun to see him. And I don't think so. Yeah, I think it seemed like he said he pretty much quit right after that final table with me and Makino and Asakura. It was pretty much it. Uh, I threw Kokshi to Makino, and then he decided screw Mahjong, or at least screw. Yeah, I did. I think he did end up in fourth place for that final table. So maybe yeah, he was an A leaguer though, man. He was a strong player for sure. And I feel like I remember him being at Sparta quite a few times too. So it's not like he was not really a part of the scene. And then suddenly he was like, well, had enough. But yeah, a lot of faces like that. Got to reconnect a little bit and share some memories about one of our very dear teachers. Uh, always a presence at like study sessions and just a tireless workhorse for spreading mahjong joy. Yes, indeed, it's a good word. All right, game on. I'm going to quick put on a shirt because after having gotten out of the bath, I am now starting to get cold. Shirt on, shirt on. And now headphones back on. All right. Am I back? Am I back? Yay! So I'm back. And watch stream. I think both work. That's true. So while it is one of those, you can use it for that and both. Ichinose fills in a run. And I was trying to read the names. Is that Misato? Midima. Midima. Wow. Indeed, I think so. Oh, sorry. I'm so used to the noise canceling, taking care of all things. Sorry. Not slurping canceling. I was in the same league with Ichinose for a while, and then I leapt down to E3. No longer sharing a league with Ichinose. Oh, you might be sharing a league with Ichinose. Oh, okay. Looks like Fujita took Tenpai. It's waiting for Dora or Uso. Not a lot of points at the moment, but can become twice as many points if she draws or gets Dora. Uh, oh, wow, that's really huh. I wonder if they could hear you until I came back,
Yeah,
and then
does this?
something
Oh,
about me
this
coming
works.
back.
Oh, that's really loud mic. Okay, hold on. No, there's something wrong with my mic, so probably no one heard me the entire time.
Oh goodness.
I had the mic turned on, and I didn't. I don't know. Hello, Lexley. You said you were sorry for being late. We totally tried to wait for you, but that was a
So
joke that I made when you said that the first time.
Minerva cheat for Tenpai and immediately got the win, so she will continue as dealer. That shuts down any of the possible big wins. Well, there weren't any other really big wins quite yet in the break in the works.
So there was, yeah, I was talking about how Sugawara looked like
Perhaps Sugawara might be.
she was really into keeping those safe tiles. So I did mention that we had Mirima in the east seat, Ichinose, Yuri Ichinose in the south seat, Sugawara, Hiroi Sugawara in the west seat, and Ai Fujita in the north seat. Of course, we've seen the three players besides Mirima on many tables in the Sankei Shimun Cup on the WRC channel, Saikyosen Team Battle as well. And of course, Hiroe in M League. But I think this is the first time we're seeing Mirima.
It's the first time I remember seeing her. So yes, a new face. As you guys requested, you get to see here a new face. Filling in the gap. What does she do? She goes for using Dora and possibly the upgrade to Sanshoku. 2, 3, 4. Fujita gets another red dragon. There's another pair. 2 of them in Mirima's hand. Be interesting to see if she finds a reason to drop them, allowing Sugawara to pawn. Here we have an open-ended weight created with that nice 4, 5, 6, 7 shape. She'll choose to use 2 Dora. She can, of course, pawn the west tile. Oh, there's an open-ended weight with Dora. So no longer waiting for Sanshoku. Just anything to get to Tenpai. Chinose. And there it is. Tenpai for Ichinose. She'll reach, waiting for the 2-5 cracks. Pinfu and Dora. And reach. Another Dora. Actually, 1 Dora for Fujita. That accounts for all the Dora. Which means Mirima will not be drawing a Dora to go with her 2, 3 of bamboos. Here's a bit of a decision for Sugawara. She has 2 Dora and she has the west tiles, which she can pawn. But other than that, she's still kind of a ways away from Tenpai. Looks like she's opting to play safe. Some nice Manzu. Oh, temptation? Well, not quite yet. She could throw the wests and still hedge towards a possible Pinfu Dori Dori situation. Holding on to the side weight with the 8, 9 of bamboos. Eventually, she's also going to have to throw that 3, though. Speaking of slurping, that's Scooby in the background.
We can't hear Scooby, so it's working. It's working on him.
No, okay. Extra loud slurper over here. All right, so people generally seem to be leaning towards giving up. There's another dangerous tile for Sugawara. Is it time for her to throw in the towel? It does seem so. The 5 of cracks completes a run for Fujita. She'll throw relatively safe with the white dragon. And Ichinose draws her winner. This is a rule, so there is no Rudadora. We have confirmation on that now. For Garthe anyways. Maybe other people already knew that. Garthe now knows that we are using A rules and there will be no Rudadora. So 1300, 2600 plus 1 continuance, Ipomba. And Ichinose puts a little wind in her sails going into her turn as dealer. Oh, nice. Some nice styles, excuse me, for Ichinose. Already completed a triple of the Green Dragons and 2 easts, as she's in the east seat and can pawn for double east. She gets just another east. That's right off the bat. That's 3 hand points, and there's a Dora in her hand too.
Hello, Aziz. Welcome.
Hello, Aziz. That
Aziz.
could that possibly be Aziz? our mover for.
Oh, I think it might be. Yes.
Hey, Aziz. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, welcome. Our favorite thing mover in New York City and state and the US. Yeah,
He
I
is
wasn't
our.
the mic was working, Lux. I was just letting Garth take the reins for one hand.
Yeah. Since I often end up talking over Jen anyway.
Oh, it's not me. He said, "No, it's not me."
Oh. All right. So Sugawara, moving on, improving her hand a little bit. A little possible straight, improving for Fujita, or peering for Fujita. She'll lean in. Throwing from the 8-9 of cracks, won't accept that. Oh, wow. Uncle, a concealed triple of easts, and Ichinose's hand suddenly has a lot of value. Oh no, the 8 just threw it. That's disappointing. But she will accept it. Still 2 away from ready. Ichinose doesn't have an Atama yet. Some disappointing draws for Sugawara. That fills in a gap and still waiting for an Atama.
Yeah, that hand has come together a lot better than it didn't feel like it was going to come together, to be honest. I know that we had the green dragon triple and the east, but
Yeah, she's
the
gotten a bunch of nice draws. Yeah,
the Bonzu were really kind of a mess.
it has come together nicely. Still no Atama though. Still no pair. If weird things happen, she could always throw from the completed Hatsu triple. If some other tiles end up coming together for open-ended weights. Still have the double east and Dora and perhaps a reach if she wants. Let's see how it develops. Still no Atama. Here's a pair for Sugawara. Still got the 3 of dots side weight. And there's a pair for Fujita. Still working on that full straight in the Pinzu. Oh no. Could have been a pair. Oh, that's the one, exactly the one she wanted. She'll reach, waiting for the 4-7 of bamboos with a Dora. That's what Ichinose just won with, the reach Pinfu Dora combo.
This feeling for Mirima at the same time. All right, she's going to get rid of the north and hope that something sticks together so she only has to discard maybe 1 dangerous tile instead of 2. Generally, if you have only 1 dangerous tile and your hand is ready, you can push with a lot of things. But when you have 2 or 3 or 4 dangerous things, it gets really difficult. And when you have a terrible weight like this,
this is just, yeah, confusing. What to do?
The 5 is not that terrible looking.
She'll go with it.
Well,
All right, like you were saying.
I actually meant like as a weight, it's even not terrible because if you look at the reach player, it does not look like they're waiting for the 5. It could be like the 4-6 waiting for the 5, but the Suji to the 5, the 2 and the 8 are both out, and the 4 was the reach declaration tile. I guess you could read it as a pair.
Oh, this is Tempai, but she will not take it.
But it could be a I guess you can read it as a 5 pair. 5 pair, 5 middleweight.
I think what Ichinose is hoping is kind of just like what I was alluding to before she had the pair, that if something comes in Sozu there, she can use Dora still, and Hatsu becomes her pair.
Yeah, I'm just looking at how you read the 4 character reach declaration tile. Because
Uh,
oftentimes you would read that as like a 3-6 weight or a 2-5 weight, and it's clearly not those. I guess it could be the 3-6 weight, but it's not very likely. Doesn't feel very likely. But I mean, she can't discard the 3, and so that's why she got stuck with it, I think. Oh, she did discard the 3, sorry. It's already discarded by someone else, that's why. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to decide how to, I guess reading it as a 5-character pair is the best thing to do.
it does work out for the moment.
I have a 4-4-5. I guess it could have been a 4-4-5. I mean, we can see that it's a 5-character pair, but I'm trying to think of how you would read it if you're on the table. Certainly those Monzu look really dangerous. And then I was thinking about if the 5 was a good weight or not. And I
Instead
think
of
it might end
throwing
up being
Dora, though.
the same weight. Yeah,
But
I'm
it would
just
have
trying
meant
to
she'd have
read
to
if it
throw.
was. Yeah, I understand. But the Monzu looked more dangerous, I think, than the Dora on that discard.
Interesting. It is, of course, also huge points if she did manage to draw a Dora, or if it came out from Sugawara. And the Menpin Reach. Menpin Dora. Hand does not quite work out for
Garth just said
Sugawara.
essentially, if you don't know the terminology, reach, pin for reach.
That's what I said. It's like saying pin number. Garth from the Department of Redundancy Department.
I mean, a lot of people also have trouble realizing that men means reach. Because it sounds like it means menzen. And at first when I started learning as well, I would count men and reach both because, like, well, I drew it menzen and it's also reach. So, of course, I would say men and reach. But men actually means reach, and it makes no sense whatsoever.
It also makes no sense because, in fact, for the names, if you're looking at them fully written out, Menzen Richi and Menzen Sumo both have Menzen in their actual names. So, it's confusing all the way around. That's
and
my
people
excuse.
say menzen sumo a lot, but they never, ever, ever say menzen reach.
No, they definitely never, ever say that.
So it's very confusing. But men is short for reach. And reach means that you are ready. You just need one more tile to win, and you have not called for any tiles. You've got your hand already all by yourself. And then you put an extra bet on the table, and you promise you will not change your hand for the rest of the game. And then,
the rest of that hand. Yeah.
That hand. I mean, yeah. It's hard because it's like, it's a mini game inside of a big game. So it's for that hand, but it also gets confusing because you're saying hand so many times.
Yeah. So Ichinose gets the Tenpai again very quickly this time. Waiting for the south and the 4 of cracks. We've got a loose south over here in Sugawara's hand, and I think it might be coming out relatively soon, especially if he gets any temptation. She'll throw safe with the 1 of dots, since that was in Ichinose's discards already. Minima has a possible Sanchoku. Still a bit of a ways to go, but if she got there, she's certainly going to be tempted. There's an Atama. Oh, no. If she gets the Tenpai, that south's coming out. Throwing safe from one of her open-ended weights. Looks like Minima is heading towards giving up, and the south did come out. South did come out from Sugawara, so not a huge hand, but it will allow Ichinose to continue as dealer.
That's a pretty typical discard, I think. It's not...
Yeah.
You're not going to get away from that very easily with just the south.
She was 1 away from ready. It's not a value tile for Ichinose. It's a valid push. or at least a valid try to escape plan.
Yeah, I mean, also when you run out of tiles, those are the ones that you discard to. You have the honor tiles, the win tiles, and even the dragons that are generally safer than other tiles just because they're so much harder to use in the hand. So they can be great weights, or they can get stuck in the dead wall, and they
So,
can be good traps.
Sugawara piles up a couple Dora here as payback for having given a few points to Ichinose. Maybe she can put something together here. Also, Fujita has a completed group of wests and a pair of norths. I wonder if she can get to a full flush. She's hedging not for the flush, moving just towards a quick tempai. She did draw a Dora there, so it's understandable that she would want to have held on to it instead of throwing it early. And that's tempai. Will she throw Dora? She will, and reach. No Yaku otherwise. That'll get a quick pawn from Sugawara. So possible huge hand for Sugawara, but she still has a ways to go to get to tempai. Still some time. Oh, there's another one of the fours, though, that Fujita wanted. So very few fours of bamboos. You can see two of the ones of bamboos already in Minima's hand. So drawing very thin. And I think that was also Ichinose getting to tempai, yes? Fujita is drawing very thin. Boy, everybody's hand is progressing nicely. This is a possible outside hand for... Oh, but she will not hold on to Ishanten.
Too many blocks.
And Sugawara gets the tempai.
The green dragon was easy to discard. I mean, we were just talking about how the honor tiles can be your safe tiles, especially if you have a pair of them.
Okay, so Ichinose with tempai here, but a dangerous Sanmon. No Dora in the hand. So she will throw safe. She's got the lead. She feels like she doesn't need to go for it. And that's the winner for Sugawara. Fujita chooses a slightly unfortunate time to make a push. As it turns out, Sugawara has a couple Dora she can pwn with and manages to get there before, well, actually not get there before Fujita could draw her tile because so few of Fujita's tiles were actually still available to be drawn. Some bad luck for Fujita. And some great luck for Sugawara going into her turn as dealer. Puts her relatively close to Ichinose for first and second place. Also stealing a reach stick.
Hello, Yasa. Welcome. Reach there surprises me. So many upgrades. Yeah, often you do want to wait for some upgrades if possible, but there are times when there's so many upgrades that or there are sometimes, let's put it this way, a lot of upgrades that aren't very convenient.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like
when you're really early, then you also want to stop people because
right.
they can catch up while you're waiting for those upgrades. So it really gets into style when you get to those sort of decisions.
I was interested to see how it might have played out if she had instead, say, thrown from the 2-3 of bamboos and waited for something to glom onto the 6, or perhaps go for that full flush. But like you say, it was early enough in the hand reach, tempai, that I think it's a pretty standard move depends on the person's style more than anything else, whether they're going to push there or wait for a more expensive hand.
I remember I was playing with Shibukawa one time, kind of a set practice sort of session, and I just said reach, and what I said was komare.
Come on, yeah.
And the point of that reach is I had plenty of upgrades, and there are different things I could have done with the hand, but it was just this hand is going to turn into a pain to deal with. I don't want to deal with it anymore. Everyone else can deal with it. Reach. And that was my strategy for that hand.
Yes, take that, everybody else.
And he actually
Sugawara.
said, "Oh my God, that is an awesome reach." So I
Pom,
was,
pom, pom.
vindicated.
It's a good person to get vindication from too.
Absolutely.
Very validating.
One of my favorite people. I would say very humble and very helpful, and you can tell that he just like adores his wife so much because he was really just doing the study session probably for her, and I benefited from it. So.
Okay, so Sugawara hedging for the flush early, through from the 5-6 of dots, that open-ended weight. That's probably going to give away her hand a little bit, especially as she pons Haku. Two of the red dragons in Minima's hand, probably not coming out. And probably Dora also, Ichinose will be careful with Dora. So we have probably a lot of people's hands getting stopped here by the fact that Sugawara is so clearly going for a flush in the bamboos. Everybody kind of stopping each other's hands. I think unless some really miraculous draws happen, I think we're likely to end up in a draw with nobody getting tempai. Ooh, another Dora for Fujita, and this could change her outlook a little bit. Shanten for all pairs, went one away from ready with all pairs.
But also
can certainly
a
pom.
really decent hand not going for pairs as well, and you can even get some better weights in there. But then you have too many blocks.
Too many blocks, but can pom anything since she could still wait for the Dora and Green Dragon.
Yeah, but the only thing is she's going to be 2 away from ready if she takes that path. That's what the too many blocks translates to.
Pony would still, so now still 1 away from ready.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't really change. It doesn't move her hand more towards ready, but does open up some possibilities for getting to ready now.
Means at that point she was 2 away from ready, if for the non all pairs hand.
Right.
1 away from ready for the pairs hand, and that's Ichinose just giving up, right?
Yeah. Players certainly thinking, you know what? I see the flushy hand in Sugawara and Fujita pushing. Maybe it's time to give up. So yeah, I don't think we're not going to have any red dragons coming out of. Oh, and that improves the weight for Fujita. She can get the 4-7 of bamboos now for tempai. But we're pretty late here, and I think unless she gets the draw. Nope. This hand looks like it's going to end in a draw. There's another one of the 7s that Fujita wanted. That will not be coming out. So I haven't seen Hatsu. Is there a Hatsu already on the table? No.
There's one
No
in the
temp.
first
Oh,
row
there
of
was one.
discards.
Okay.
Hello, Tips. Every
Hey,
time Tips
Tips.
came back, he was sick too. Every
Uh,
time in the past, I have religiously masked. I've masked like crazy and also sanitized like crazy, and this is the first time I didn't. So, very learned my lesson apparently.
or forgot your lesson and then had to relearn it.
Yeah,
And there's that other hot.
Yeah, I didn't. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, well, just to hand it and send a draw, kind of like it seemed like it would, since everybody was kind of stopping each other. Tiles that each person wanted were already in other people's hands. And with the obvious pressure and possible high value of the hands, people were just not going to push. So Fujita gets a shot at Oya, her turn as dealer now. She has a lot of points to make up, having thrown Mangan to Sugawara. But this is her first turn as dealer. So, her chance. No Dora yet. One east tile could pair up. Unless we see a bunch of, well, there's another. There's one east in each of Minima's and Ichinose's hands. So not a lot of easts left for Fujita to draw. Some pairs in Sugawara's hand. It turns the side weight into a gut shot. Could move towards Tanyao for Minima. Now we have another side weight for Sugawara, which she will accept.
Yeah, she's gonna want to hang on to those poor weights, as many of those poor weights as possible, locking in the good weights. So, if you have like two tiles that could be a sequence, like we have that 6-7 of dots over there on the left side. The extra 7 dot is a like helper tile. The same if we had 1-1-2, it would be a side weight with a helper tile. And you really want to keep those helper tiles with the poor weights, and you don't need to keep them with the good weights. So as long as she has poor weights she needs to take care of, she'll keep that 1-1-2 and that 2-4-4. So she has a helper tile with each of those poor weights, the middle weight and the side weight, and lock in the open-endeds with that 6-7 and the dots and the 7-8 and the bamboos.
And of course, the interesting thing about that is, having chosen the good weights, she ends up drawing a bunch of tiles that would have made pairs. So not. Oh yeah, but then eventually became a triple, right? But now gets this open-ended weight with the Dora, so perhaps it will pay off. Some momentary disappointment for pairs, but perhaps there will be longer-term excitement with Mintampin Dora. Oh, no time. Minpin Dora. Ooh, there's a nice fill-in for Fujita. And there's a nice fill-in for Mirima. One away from ready. She'll take it, waiting for a gut shot and an open-ended weight. This creates another possible move towards Tanyao. Okay, she'll take it. If some interesting things. Oh, another Dora for Fujita. She accepts and will reach with the side weight of the 7 of dots. One of them's already out. One of them is in Minima's hand. She will throw safe. That fills in a gap for Ichinose.
Yeah, it's interesting. She decided to keep that 8 bamboo on the side, even though it's kind of extra. I wanted to take another look at that. The thing is, she could have had a really nice sort of perfect one-away shape if she kept that 2 character. And she decided not to
Whoa.
because of that reach. And that will come down to style as well, like how defensive you want to play.
So only 1/7 of dots left in the deck. Sugawara draws another Dorda, which might have been tempting, but she's now so far away from Tempai, I don't think she's really going to be pushing. The 4 of dots did just come out from Fujita. Oh, and that's not quite Tempai. Tempai, but that with a bad weight. So Sugawara giving up, I think she's going to be throwing safe as much as possible.
Is Tempai. Here.
Oh, she did take Tempai, okay. Waiting for the 8 of cracks.
And no more Tempai.
Doesn't want to have anything to do with attacking on this hand. Can't see any Dorda. Continued possible temptation for Sugawara, except she's just so far away from ready. Oh, and that would have been ouch. Could go back to Tempai and reach with the 2-5. Well, should take Tempai though. No Yaku, so she can't win on a discard. Very few 2-5s left in the deck.
Hello, Ty. Welcome, welcome. Love seeing a lefty on stream. We actually get a fair number of lefties on stream. Make sure you're watching the World Reach Championship channel as well. YouTube.com/@WorldReach. Actually, the Sankeishi Moon Cup and Saikyo-sen Team Battle do have a fair number of lefties as well. So definitely recommend those streams too.
Wow, lots of the 2-5s were hardly any of them left. And then they just keep coming out. Probably see a 2 or 5 here. She can hold on to Tempai this way. Can she get to the end? Oh, and that will pass. All right, so Minima does get to hold on to Tempai. Fujita also manages to scare off the other players, the other 2 players, and will continue as dealer.
You try and catch them when you can. Great. That's great. Thank you. Yep, there'll be more streams, Sankeishi Moon Cup streams this week.
That was Fujita trying the Jenn move there with the Scooby. Fujita. Oh man, I know Scooby. I know they're talking to you for sure. Does Luna talk to the ambulances as they go by?
No, she hasn't been able to hear them for a few years now. So.
Oh. Okay.
She lost her hearing when she had a stroke 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh no. All right. South is the Dora, and Sugawara just drew one. No, it was Fujita who just drew one. See if she can put together a hand here to give herself some points. Languishing in last place after an attempted reach that ended up throwing a Mangan into Sugawara. Nobody with a lot of value in their hand at the moment. A bunch of relatively slow hands. Can anybody get a draw? 2 away from
Looks
ready
like
is Ichinose.
Looks like she can shift to an outside hand if she wants to make some value. With these rules, it is definitely more beneficial to make outside hands than it is with the rules that have Ippatsu and Ura.
Yes, that can add a lot of value if you do manage to keep the hand closed. Also, with Dora as the south, it does leave open the possibility of using that if you go for it and then, oh, there's a fill-in. If you go for it and then you get that south later, you can still switch things up and be able to use it. There's another pair for Sugawara, but still 2 away from ready. Oh, that's an 8. There's that outsideness we were talking about, and the possible 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku. So Junchan Sanshoku could be a large hand for Ichinose.
I likes the little Seawind pucks. Yeah, they don't use them anymore. This is because it's an older match. This is the second ever Orai-san. The women's U29 tournament. I should put a title on there for it, huh? Yeah, we don't get to. We used to have to pass them around the table, but.
Oh, those things, yeah. The wind pucks. Oh no. But yes, that's would have completed a triple of the 2s there, but then there goes all the value that we were just talking about. Fujita thinks about the 7 of cracks, could have possibly become useful in a weight there. All right, Ichinose will not go for super huge points. Just Junchan Sanshoku as an open hand. That's only going to be 3,900 if she can get to ready.
No, they didn't get rid of them because of time. They changed the table, so this is the old table they're using, and they've switched to a Rex 3, the same as the M League tables. So there's not a little slot for that anymore.
Sugawara thinks about the 3, 4, 5 Sanshoku. Does she want to throw Dora? The switch to a 4, 5, 6 Sanshoku is also possible if she really doesn't want to throw Dora. I doubt she would hedge so strongly on the Sanshoku to throw 6 of bamboos first. She does! Holy cow! My doubts are unfounded. She really wants Sanshoku. Chinose adds to the possible ways to get to Tenpai, but does have a little bit of risk getting to Tenpai with a possible Free-ten situation. And that was that Tenpai for Fujita with 2 Dora? How did I miss that development? I think Fujita might be Tenpai, Pinfu, Dori Dori. Got so wrapped up in these possible Sanshokus over here that we missed the progress of Fujita's hand. So she is winning. Oh, another Dora. Oh, that's really frustrating. She will just throw it. Does have a nice 5,800 point hand, just as is. Unfortunately, all of the 9s of dots are gone. So the only thing she can draw, oh, she does draw it. That'll be 2,600 points from each player. A nice pickup for Fujita. The other players, oops, sorry, Scooby Dooby. The other players trying to just kind of move through Fujita's turn as dealer. Can't quite complete their hands before she can draw. Pinfu, Sumo, and Tudora. 2,600 from each player puts her in third place and in striking distance of first.
Hello, Rocks R. Welcome, welcome.
Shoku or death. Yep, mostly I seem to choose death.
I mean, they do summoning works through time travel. This match actually hasn't happened until we watched it. The match existed, and it may have happened or it may not have happened until we watch it, and then it has happened. It's the
Schrodinger's cat.
Yes. Not cat.
It's a Schrodinger's Mahjong.
Yes.
It's a thing for sure.
You got the right idea, and then you kind of jumped on it and ruined it by calling it cat.
Yeah. That's my thing, is kind of killing people's jokes.
You're like, oh, I got it. I gotta talk about it. I gotta let everyone know that I got the joke first. And then
Well, sometimes jokes are all about the setup, so somebody else can make the well, it's not somebody else can make the joke, but hey, you got to let your audience do some work too. And there's a run, and once again, Fujita gets the tenpai. Adora hoping to push some people off of their hands.
Okay, I'm gonna try again. If a Mahjong match was broadcasted, but there was no English commentary,
see, that's where I was going to go first.
There we
that's where I was first going to go. Right. Lots of pairs in Sugawara's hand, no Dora yet, so it's hard to tell whether. Oh, and one triple, so it's hard to know whether it's worth pushing or not. I'm sorry, this is Minima's reach.
Indeed, the South by a reach. That would be Mirima. And Fujita follows, chases right after, waiting for a double east or a pair 9-dot. Is that right?
I think, yeah, it's on the side there. A huge hand for Fujita if she can get, especially if she can get the east. Oh, and all of the 5s of cracks go to Sugawara.
All the 9-dots are gone as well, are being used, so it's gonna have to be the east. But nobody has them. And with 2 players reach, Fujita basically has a double tsumo there, so good chance that she will win with this double east hand. Especially with all the 5s in someone else's hand. One of the 2s on the board, one of the 2s here in Ichinose's hand.
They're each really just going for 2 tiles, huh?
Oh, but it comes out.
Oh.
Wow.
An interesting choice from Sugawara.
Wow. Wow. She was worried about those honor tiles because the reach in the first reach in Mirima's reach, there were no honor tiles in the discard, so she was a lot more worried about those honor tiles, which, I mean, rightly so for the dealer's hand, but she didn't know that. So
Mirima catches a break.
Yeah, it was Ichinose making a good read, and it just didn't work out this time.
And that really kind of evens a lot of the scores. We are back to everybody pretty close to 30,000. Fujita had a couple nice hands to get herself back in the running. Very even scores. Coming into this first hand of the South round, Mirima is dealer, having just won the last hand of the East round. Pair of Norths for Ichinose. Sugawara has a completed group of green dragons in her hand. This hand could become an outside hand for Mirima. Some possible value for Mirima if she gets the right draws. Sugawara is still two away from ready. Oh, frustrating. You go for the 6, 7, 8 Sanchoku, and she'll lean that way. Or at least take Tenpai if she can get there. Probably pulling the South if she has a chance. And one away from ready for Sugawara, not as a pair. Not helpful for Sugawara. Thank you, Scooby. You protected the house. Woohoo! Thank you. Very helpful.
All right, we got something useful for Ichinose.
One away from ready for Ichinose.
Interested to see if when Sugawara will start calling. This is, of course, the first game, so it's going to set the pace for the following 3 games. 4 games on the final table.
I was thinking that too. It'd be interesting to see if she pulls something. Oh, or get to Tenpai. So now Tenpai waiting for the 3 of bamboos or the 5 of cracks. If she can draw it, suddenly that's a big hand. Son, uncle, and Hatsu.
Yeah, but also she has a chance to use another Dora. She can draw that. And she doesn't
Good point.
reach. It's really easy to incorporate another Dora into the hand, but she'll draw
Oh, she'll
instead.
just draw it.
Takes a second to count the score before she opens the hand. Hi, Alec.
Sumo, son, uncle, Hatsu, Dora.
Like she wasn't expecting to win the hand, so she's like, wait. Oh yeah, son. I think that's what I would be doing. I don't know if she was, but that's what I would guess. And you notice in the first one that we watched a few weeks ago, everyone was wearing those kind of face guards. No more face guards, but they do have plastic separators in between the chairs. So this is still mid-COVID.
Oh, that's what those things were. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering what that was about.
Yeah. Slowly moving away the measures. We had a discussion about it at the beginning that I guess maybe no one heard because my mic was off.
Oh.
But we were talking about whether we had got jabs recently for the vaccines, but Japan doesn't offer them for free anymore. They have enough medical staff and facilities to take care of any COVID cases that arise, so it's not quite as dire as before. But I do wish I had sanitized a lot more. I was gonna get hand sanitizer. I kept like, okay, I gotta buy it. And then we were on our way home, and it was like, well, what am I gonna buy it for now?
Yeah. Sanitizer.
Well, I did buy it as soon as I got home and started feeling sick.
Oh.
So I've been using it like crazy.
Try out that skin.
Just when I go outside. When I touch things that other people might touch, not really like crazy. I do use it a lot at the Mahjong table if I touch my face or anything. If I'm masking and I touch my face or anything, or if I'm going to touch my face, I usually sanitize pretty quickly after that.
A lot of pairs for Sugawara, who just got son uncle. She gonna go for it again. Here's another pair for Sugawara. Oops, wait, what was I just talking about? There's a lot of pairs for Minima then? How do I get so confused about who has all the pairs?
The thing is, with one player has a lot of pairs, there's a good chance that other players also have a lot of pairs.
Good point.
So it can get confusing.
Fujita draws a Dora. Here's the pairs that's Ichinose.
That's one Jenn
Oh,
Shonten. Ah, Takeda-san! Welcome. Yokoso. Thank you for supporting the JPML English channel. Garth and I are both congested.
yeah.
Everyone, Takeda Pro in the chat. Not quite. I think we're one. I think he's one key above us, right? Takeda-san is 21. Niji key. But we are
Speaking of
almost
all the
the
pairs.
same. And when you put Takeda-san and Jenn and Garth and someone like Ota-san or like Ogawa-kun at a table, it is like, first of all, it goes like lightning fast because we're just like bam, 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 bam. We're just so used to playing with each other. Even though we haven't played with each other like that for years, it's just like so comfy, you know?
Yeah, it's like League 20 years ago.
Yeah. And it just goes lightning fast, and I feel like we're all playing really well too. It's really a really comfy situation.
So both Ichinose and Sugawara, one away from ready. One with the son uncle.
I think Takeda-san's
Or possible all
watching at it.
pairs.
He said son uncle, so he was watching a little bit.
A little delay.
Yeah.
Both players with one Dora can, and that's Tempai. She'll go for it. She gets rid of Dora in time.
This is Genpai.
Waiting for Shaw and the 4 of dots.
West style, best style.
One West in the discards. There's another pair for Minima, but it's a save tile, so she'll throw it. And oh no.
This is 2 Jenn Shonten.
Excuse me. So she'll throw Dora, which was safe. Speaking of pairs, more and more pairs.
West style, best. There's only one West left, right?
Yes. But it is left.
It is left.
It is in the deck, waiting to come out for someone. It's not Shompai too, so there is a possibility that if somebody's out of other safe tiles, they might throw it. For the moment, let's see. So she's got Dora. Dora's of course safe.
Ooh. It would have been one Jenn Shonten if she kept those souths, but it would have been Tempai. Would it have been Tempai too?
Yeah, I feel like
that would have been another Suanko Tempai. What a crazy table. Like, what a crazy hand. No, it would have been a 1 away. Okay. Phew. Still. It's just my go-to argument lately, by the way. Again, but still.
Yeah, that still works.
It does. No matter how old you get. You thought that stopped working back in high school, but no.
Where is Shaw?
Tile, yeah. That's almost West. Not quite. When you draw it, you're like, is this? No. Do you ever do that with North?
North, I can feel North pretty well, actually. West, I don't always actually. Wow, it looks like West is in the King's tiles. But yeah, I don't. For some reason, I don't feel West. Not getting there. Oh, the
top
disappointment.
of that 3-mon kind of looked like like if you were playing like Baccarat and you were squeezing that 3-mon on the side and you could just see the top of it, it could definitely start to look like West a little bit. I mean, the Mahjong tiles aren't as bendy as cards, so it's hard to squeeze them like that. But if you had a way.
All right, so Ichinose pushes with the Yakuman. Doesn't quite get it. Still gets collects a few whatchamacallit, no 10 penalties. It's not really a penalty, I guess. The Japanese for it is sort of called a penalty, but yes, it's just the cost of not having Tenpai. And she'll start with a 1 away from ready hand, it looked like, right?
Yeah,
Already.
I would call it no 10 penalties and bonuses.
Oh, okay.
The no 10 people pay a penalty to the Tenpai people who get the bonus. Sounds good to me.
All right.
As long as people, as long as it helps people understand what in the world we're doing in this game, I think it's fine. This South pair could be really great with that pair of Dora.
Yeah, that's her wind and the round wind could become lots of points, but Sugawara's like
1 away for Sugawara.
Oh, Sugawara, I'm sorry. South is not their win. So it's still just 1 Yaku, but with the pair of Dora.
Fujita,
yes.
And Fujita needs those points, and she's the last dealer, so she could get even like 5,200. I mean, it doesn't look like it would be that hard to. I mean, A rules, so 5,200, 3,900 even, if she can end Ichinose's dealership and also take over 3rd place from Mirima. That would be a pretty great move.
Sorry, I had to check out for a few seconds so I could sneeze. All right, what does Sugawara do with the... No, she doesn't want that pair. Another pair for Fujita. 1 away from ready.
Yeah, it looks like she's going for all pairs. I don't want to do that when I have 2 Dora. I know that.
Some people do, but yeah, I wonder if she starts pulling, if she gets the chance.
I mean, it's more points if you can get it to Tenpai with the all pairs hand, but what she'll end up waiting for. Maybe the 1 will be okay, but I just hate waiting for that Tonki.
Yeah. You have to make a choice about, that would have been... Excuse me.
Yeah. Starting to get a little distracting.
Yes, trying to keep our voices working. This is a good choice from Ichinose to not hold on to that 5 gut shot, since most of them happen to be in Sugawara's hand. There will be no more 1s of cracks.
That's Tenpai. Waiting for the 3 character.
That's Tenpai waiting for that 1 of cracks, which is not going to come out. Can she improve that weight? I wonder if she thinks that this is a good enough weight off to the side like that.
I don't know if she... Looking at her discards, it doesn't look like clearly like an all pairs hand from the discards, so the side weight or an honor tile weight is normal, like pretty good, but deals into the silly little 3 crack Tenpai. Not silly because of Sugawara, it's just that shape. The 2, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6. It's a little bit tricky to see that Tenpai.
Yeah, an unfortunate draw, and has to discard it. into Sugawara's cheap win. Sugawara already in the lead.
It feels like we're watching the Nihon women's all over again. Sugawara leading the Okada was leading the pack that whole time, but feels like one player is getting lots more wins than everyone else. Of course, it's only the first game, so we don't know for sure, but
South Dial coming out quickly. Ooh, possible 678 Sound Joker for Minima. Minima hasn't had a lot of things to work with, but has managed to stay relatively close to the pack. Still only in third place. No more turns as dealer, but can she regain some points? Sugawara 2 away from ready. I think Fujita is going to be poning the south tiles as soon as she has a chance to. And this is 1 away from ready for Sugawara. As the gut shot in the Pinzu and an open-ended weight in the Manzu. She'll hold on to that extra helper tile that you were talking about before. The 2 of cracks. It's an interesting choice, since the 6 of cracks might have been a little bit easier for something to glom onto, stick onto. And what might be useful here? That 5, 6, 7. Well, no. Oh, she's already thrown the 4 of bamboos, so she didn't think that that would be quite so advantageous. Still, oh boy, now did you go for 7, 8, 9? Okay, so she hedges for the 7, 8, 9. Sanchoku also. Sugawara gets the nice fill in. Tempai waiting for the
ooh,
9 of bamboos and the south.
Ichinose insta reaches. Man. That's the kind of hand that I'm like, oh, I want this to be a flush so much more than all pairs, but that's why she's a grown up and she is at the final table and I'm not. This is.
Fujita 1 away from ready, but
She's concerned about that red dragon. I mean, and look at the discards for that reach. Oh! The pairs do not win. See? All pairs are not.
Sugawara with the quiet Tinfu Nomi.
なんかすごい引き
Just
で転売したな。そうそうそうそう。I think that's あれでしょ ?The 2-2, the 2-4-4-5-5-5-6の形。それはなんか初心者にも見えにくい形だと思うし。I think it's a difficult shape. The last shape of the last hand, not this hand, but it's pretty difficult shape to notice the tempai for if you're not used to that sort of shape, and also especially if you're used to playing online where they tell you the tempai. That's also a big thing. Even like as pros, if you're playing online too much, then you get really lazy at like knowing what your weight is. Does that happen to you?
Oh yeah, I used to get that. I used to get reprimanded for that all the time at Reds. Like, oh, Garth, I'm playing Fight Club too much. Yeah, you do got to touch the tiles. As much as I love Fight Club, yeah, got to touch the tiles. Get that mind moving. So that improves a run in Minima's hand. but not a lot of other great shapes to work with at the moment. Yusuke gets another pair. There's another gut shot for Minima. That completes a run for Ichinose. Middle tile for Fujiwara. Sugawara. What does she do?
Oh, I love that draw for Ichinose. You already have that pair in there, but it gives you 2 3-sided weights. Just so much flexibility. You might end up without a clear pair in a second if you draw the wrong side of the 3-sided weight, but there's still just so much that you can do after that it's not a big deal. A lot of people like to lock in the weight first because waiting for the single tile is the most annoying. But look at this shape. 2 3-sided weights and then 1 middle weight on the side there in the bamboos, but just so much flexibility, so easy to work with. So many draws are going to help her out. It's just shape I just love to have.
So Sugawara with Ishanten throws from the 3 that, speaking of the helper tile that you don't need, or possibly don't need,
I mean,
she throws that early. That might also help disguise the fact that she'll be waiting for the 1-4 if she gets to that weight.
I mean, that's the only reason why you cut that there, really. It's called sakigiri, or an early cut. Because if you discard the south there, the shape is just so much better. But because she has 2 pairs already, she wants to oh, they're gonna bring the ref over to put that tile back, and that's all he'll do. Just put it back. No penalties. Possibly a warning, but there won't be any penalties for that. Oh. Wait, which oh, 2 tiles fell down and it looked like a discard.
Excuse me.
There we go. Okay. Okay. Does that look correct, everybody?
Narrowly
Was that
avert
Shibata?
catastrophe.
Was that
I think so, yeah.
Shibata just taught a seminar for us last week. While I was in New York, I translated it from New York. Garthe was... I went to the gym, I think, while I was doing that. Reach for Mirima.
Waiting for
And
the 6.
for Tenpai for Ichinose. Waiting for the 369. Cannot win on the 9. There is 1 9 on the table.
Oh, that would have been Tenpai for her too if she had waited for it.
Tenpai, but waiting for that middle weight wouldn't have been a great Tenpai, honestly.
Also without no whatchamacallit, there would be no Yaku, no Tanyao at that point.
But also what I was saying about Sugawara's hand earlier, she had 3 pairs in the hand. And so she wanted to kind of whittle one of the pairs down, because usually you only need to keep 2 pairs if you're going for good shapes. And that's why she discarded that 3 character as an early cut. I think it would have been...
Sorry.
I think it probably would have been just as another option to discard those. Maybe one of the west tiles earlier, or a lot of people would have discarded the south off the bat, but it seems like there weren't quite enough blocks too, so it was an interesting shape.
Minima has no 6s of dots to draw. They are all in other people's hands, 1 each. So unless something really weird happens, there's no path to victory for
I mean, it was
Minima.
an interesting reach as well, waiting for that middle 6 dot. 6 dot is the Dora indicator, which means it's already going to be difficult to wait on. She's again waiting for the 5-8 dot now. So she is not going to be 30-10 on the 9 dot.
She's really looking to end this game positively. This, of course, is the A rules, meaning that there will be the floating uma, and it makes a lot more difference being above or below 30,000 than necessarily being in second or third place.
But going back to Mirima's reach, it's a really difficult hand, like tile to win on in the first place.
Mhm.
And she had so much flexibility in the bamboos, but she really did not want to get rid of that Dora. It's kind of a tough position. I mean, she has no points, so she needs points. She reached with really kind of no value. I don't know. I don't know what the best thing to do there is, but it seems like
Yeah.
even reach is a really tough decision there.
It's another thing, like you in a tournament, you don't have a lot of time to wait around for the best situation. So maybe she just thinks, look, it's not ideal, but I can't just wait forever. I'm going to push. She may get everybody else off their hands. Looks like everybody else is kind of folding. You saw Ichinose was Tenpai here, but quickly gave it up. So medium was likely to net 2,000 points. And going into the final turn as dealer, at least have a good shot at getting back to a positive score. There will be no Tenpai for Sugawara, no Tenpai for Ichinose, and no Tenpai for Fujita. So it will end in a draw. We'll go to the final hand. Final turn as dealer for Fujita. And they will both be looking to somehow get to 30,000 points at least. And positively and have a positive score going into the second game of this 4-game final table.
4 games, yes.
4 games. Dora looks like it's the 5 of bamboos. And
Sometimes you get those hands, and that's all you can
yeah.
say.
Well, nobody with anything great. Sugawara has 2 south tiles. I bet we're going to see her pawn pretty quickly if her hand progresses at all. That completes a run for Ichinose. Fujita will not accept the outside 7 of dots weight. There's another pair for why do I want to keep saying Fujiwara? Sugawara. And that fills in a gap.
Like Mirima's hand.
It has come together nicely and quickly.
Yeah.
Sugawara, interesting.
She'd already
Oh, okay. She
discarded the
just thrown
1.
the 1, yeah.
Yeah, so she keeps that 3-5-5 shape, which is that middle weight plus the helper tile we were talking about. Tai says, every time I draw a bad hand, I can hear Korak saying, yuck. Yes. That is the goal. That is our goal, is to make sure that when you're playing Mahjong, you can hear us in your head. So we have achieved our... that is a lifetime goal. Damn, what do we do with our lives now?
Yeah. Well, we have to change our name to Korak, but
Wouldn't it be grand if we could just all change our name to Korak?
There's another pair for Ichinose. Oh, Minima just cannot stop drawing Q-Pin.
Another thing for Korak and tips, it was sort of a requirement that we use real names on the streams. So of course we put the real names in the description, we introduce the real names, but those names never ever stick. And we are using it is eternally Korak and tips for our favorite commentators.
Sugawara now one away from ready. I think we'll see a pawn of south if it comes out. Fujita, some full flush possibly. I don't think she's going to end up going for the full flush. I think she's probably going to go for Tenpai as soon as she can get it. Wow, all those Manzu for Sugawara. She's could have been to Tenpai already. Oh, so many Pinzu for Minima. So some unfortunate course selection in the beginning for many players has kind of shot themselves in the foot.
I mean, the thing is, the current scores, Fujita really just has to go for something quick as dealer. As far as Mirima goes, she wants to go for something sort of big. And any win is kind of good for her, but also just staying at 25 is not detrimental for her final table at all.
It's moving
So
towards that
yeah, I
Embu
think
flush.
she was good going for that flush for
Oh,
Mirima.
that's Tenpai. And Sugawara will wait for the south quietly. She's also waiting for the 7 of dots, but cannot win on it. Oh,
yeah,
there it is. And that'll be the win for Sugawara and the win for first place and the only player, excuse me, to be above 30,000 points. A pretty big win for Sugawara there.
Yeah, no, I think that was played well by everybody. I think Mirima had to go for some big points. It turns out that she did not drop. I think she's going up maybe into second place even with that, without by not dealing in.
But was it more than? It wasn't. It was
wasn't.
more than 1,300 points.
Oh, maybe it wasn't. But okay, so she's in third place, but a very small third place, and also the
Right.
second place is negative as well, so it's even smaller than normal.
They're going to be pretty close together.
Yeah. So I think it was a good move for her to try and go for that big hand.
It was more of a race for second place or positive scores than anybody trying to overtake Sugawara.
Absolutely. I think that was a good. I mean, she's not going to get first place for sure. So I think it was a good play on her part. I think Fujita was trying to go for something quick. She definitely tried to. It didn't work out, but I think they played that however they could play it for the last hand of the first game. Still 3 more games to go, of course. How's your voice doing?
Well, it's you see, I keep clearing my throat into the like. Sometimes I remember and turn on the mute. Yeah. Oh, you hear the slurping still? Jeez, sorry.
No, sniffing.
My nose. Yeah. Oh yeah, my nose has started running a little bit more than it was this morning.
So Garth is going to say he thinks it's not COVID, except for that we were in the same room, and I definitely have COVID, so that's what I think.
I guess I could test.
I'll
probably wonder if I tested now, if it would still.
Yeah, I'll probably do a test later today as well. I think maybe we will give our voices a rest for the rest of the day and come back to you next week with 2 games. 1 or 2 games. Probably 2 games next week. Hopefully we'll be back to our normal voices, not congested. Yes. I can feel like my hanagoe, like hanagoe means the nasally voice. I can feel that coming out of my So, thank you guys for joining us this week. I will also put up a Play Like a Pro episode on Friday. I I have all these post episodes ready to go, and I just have to finish the subtitles, and I just keep like this
Sorry.
week I was too sick to sit at my computer even, so I'm feeling better now. Hopefully I can get lots of work done today. Don't forget tomorrow, we will have the not Garth, but all the rest.
Phew. Thought I was reading something
Everyone
tomorrow.
else on this stream that's not Garth will be doing a podcast tomorrow. I swear I have the podcast. Like, oh, I do. Okay, here. There we go. See this podcast? Oh, the music's too loud.
Jenn and Sayaka.
Yeah, Jenn and Sayaka doing our podcast at noon on Thursdays, JST. もし武田さんまでいるんだったらこのポッドキャスト多分好きだと思います。これMahjong Jennのチャンネル。This is my channel. We speak just bilingually, however we feel like, in the moment.
Kakui?
Armel is tomorrow. Yes, Armel will be streaming tomorrow as well. Armel
Oh my God.
streams generally before my podcast, so it might overlap a little bit, but you can always listen to the podcast later. You don't have to listen to the podcast live. It's also really fun to listen to later.
Thanks for reminding me about that.
Oh, you have games?
I've been neglecting my, well, yes, I have
have to
people
schedule
probably
games.
wondering where in the world I am.
Yeah, also, yeah, Armel is on the ARML Twitch stream. Definitely watch that. I will hopefully get back into commentating that as soon as I get my life together. That will happen someday. Not today, though.
Look at me, sort of getting my life together. Well, getting my Armel together.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a mask. I've been masking at home so I don't get my family sick. And decorate for Halloween so maybe my family stops thinking I'm a loser for laying in bed all day. Yeah. Okay. We love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, Ty is going to be... okay, Ty is going to be commentating on Armel, so go support Ty. I will definitely have it on before... It's 5 p.m. What did you say? 5 p.m. Eastern? Oh, 5 p.m. Central. Okay, nobody knows what Central is. That 7 p.m. Eastern? Or 6 p.m. Eastern?
Central is...
I think it's 7 p.m. Eastern.
Central is not Mountain. Yeah. So you've got... Yeah. Central would be 2 hours different from Eastern time.
Okay. Oh,
right?
5 p.m. Pacific.
No, one. Yeah. So yeah. Central is because we think of Michigan and Chicago as being in the Midwest, even though they're more
Mid-East. So it's Colorado, then Colorado's Mountain Time? Okay. Anyway,
Colorado's Mountain Time, yes.
Figure it out. I will turn it on before the podcast. Takeda says, I want to participate in the WRC with Mr. Yuko Ito in 3 years, so I want to get used to listening to English Mahjong commentary. Thank you. Takeda-san, you should come on the channel sometimes as well. I have a working group. If you want to help out with the English channel, you can join the working group, of course. We have some other younger pros in there, but I could use your veteran expertise as well anytime. We're doing a lot of short videos. Takeda-san mo shortを作ってください。このチャンネルにアップします。Anyhow, watch Armel with Ty commentating. Watch Skebon International. なんか明日のポッドキャスト見てください。Takeda-san, お願いします。Anyway, we'll see you guys tomorrow and next week. And thank you so much again.
Hopefully with more voice.
Yeah, good night. Good evening, good morning. Wait, what does Truman say?
He says,
good morning, and in case I don't see you. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. That's what he says.
There it is. There it is, yes.
All right. Bye, guys. Say toodaloo, Garth.
Oh, toodaloo, yes. I'm just trying not to cough too much into the thing. Thanks for everybody. Thanks for coming, everybody. See you again soon.